KILR Killer Game.
Hello, gamers and simmers and pilots. Welcome to the World Tour on Flight Simulator 98. And you're probably looking and thinking, man, things are looking different already. Yes, that is correct. That's because I am starting to change things up already. I'm starting to add some things in there. Let's see. I've been digging up some stuff from the back, and oh, there it is. Okay, it's like all underneath stuff. So you may have noticed the clouds are looking a little different. That's because I got this installed. I found this. Now it's half working. Maybe it's because I'm running it on XP, which I'm running this in VMware. That's the only way I can get this to work. I was running this on Windows 7. I have mentioned that before, but it would glitch out. The graphics would glitch out if I would change views or something like that. So if I did stuff like this, it would glitch out, but you'll see that it's not doing it now. That's because, I'm not in a 64-bit operating system and it's not messing up and stuff like that. However, I'm getting these runtime errors on some of the options with FS Clouds, so I'm not getting the full benefit of everything that's in there. I'm getting some of it. So, I mean, either that's just because the program is buggy or because it's expecting me to run this on Windows 95 or 98. And if I were to do that, that would limit my ability even further as far as trying to get, like, 3D accelerators and stuff like that in VMware. Because they just won't do that. This is to really get the best out of the looks out of Flight Simulator 98. This is the best that I think we can do. But the really important thing that I wanted to do, my prized possession that this was like in the back corner of my house, underneath everything, was this. I was so glad when I found this and everything was inside it. So ProFlight 98. This thing is like gold. All right. If you like Flight Simulator 98, if you played it, you absolutely had to have this program. This was ATC. I think this was like the only program that was ATC. What this basically did is it created an adventure which provided ATC for you all the whole step of the way. And so ProFlight 98 led into ProFlight 2000, which was for Flight Simulator 2000. Which was even better than ProFlight 98. And it was so good that people wanted it for Flight Simulator 2004. And eventually FSX. That's where ProFlight Emulator came up. So ProFlight Emulator emulates ProFlight 2000 and even brings it up even further. So it allows you to play that on Flight Simulator 2000 and FSX, and then with a plug-in on XP on X-Plane 11, which, if you've been tuning into this channel, you've seen me do that. You've seen me play it on those. And the company Oncourse Software, they no longer support ProFlight Emulator because now they've taken it even further, and now I think they have PF3, which is ProFlight. I think it's just called ProFlight 3. So now it's not even based off of where the ProFlight Emulator was based off of ProFlight 2000. Now it's just all one package. So instead of it trying to emulate ProFlight 2000, now it's its own thing. It's pretty much almost the same. It's got all the same voices and everything, but now it's fine-tuned even more. And I think it's got a few more bells and whistles in there. And it's going to continue being supported, whereas ProFlight Emulator is not. But ProFlight Emulator, it still works. It's still a great program. And I think eventually I'm going to get ProFlight 3 just to support the developer, because guy's awesome. I mean, I've talked with him on the forums, and he's a great developer. He's very open. He talks with customers. He's very good. I haven't had a need to really buy the program because I've got all this other stuff that I'm buying, but it is on my wish list to get. So I will be getting it. Just like I've got all these other things that I want to get. So, but anyway, yeah. So ProFlight 98, it's awesome. That's all I gotta say. And so since now I have that, I'm going to put up this nice little fun little graphic right there, right underneath my Flight Simulator 98 thing, because I am so happy that I've got this on here. Because yeah, this is going to be cool. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about where we are flying. So if we pull up our trusty Commodore 64 map right there, what are we doing? Well, I'll show you. We're here, DuPage. We are flying here to Aurora Municipal. Very, very simple. Let me pull that back up here. So, this ATC, man, it was ahead of its time back then. This thing gives you vectors. It gave you SIDS and stars. You didn't have to program it in. I mean, I don't see anywhere in the program that you had to plug it in or anything like that. It must have been in the program somewhere. I don't know. I'm not going to depend on it, but it does not taxi. It does not taxi you around. It does not talk to. Well, there is no AI traffic, so it doesn't talk to it. So this is all dynamic scenery, so it doesn't talk to it or anything like that. It does generate weather. Well, let's pull that up so you can take a look at it here. First, yeah. Let me take this. Not that one. That one. Let's pull this up here. All right. So what's kind of cool here is this thing has frozen on me. Oh, okay. I'm like trying to move the window and it won't let me move it. All right, so you have this nifty. Let me see if it. Okay. So you got this neat little booklet. It's like this your flight planning booklet. And you can customize it and put your name on there. Then you open your booklet, and you select your plane, and it and this is important because it's going to calculate your adventure and your climb rate. It'll figure out like how it's going to vector you and your top of descent and climb and all that other stuff based on these figures. And then you can put in your call sign. This is exactly what I used to put in there when I was flying back then, because I was in the military and the Army, and this is what I was. I was a 13 Foxtrot. You put in your departure time. This is basically when your adventure starts. So when you start your adventure, it starts you at that time. So that's your departure time. And then you can select your aircraft or your airline, which I selected Cessna. But you can see here, you got all kinds of stuff here you can select. All right, and then you can go to weather. So you can select clear, light, moderate, severe. Same here as far as your en route, and then your destination. And then when you generate it, you can click generate, and it just kind of randomizes it each time. So you don't really have any fine tuning from what I could see here. Is like putting in it exactly what you want, but that's okay. Then here's your flight planning itself. So you come in here and you type in your actual airport. You can type it in by ID, or you can come in here and click in a name and type in your name. And then you got your destination, and you put in your alternate airport in case there's an emergency, which you can declare an emergency. It's a lot like a lot of the stuff that if you're familiar with ProFlight Emulator, this is where the roots are. This is where it all started, was right here with ProFlight 98. And if you want to include NDBs in your flight planning, you can click this. You don't have to. And then you can use intersections and latitude, longitude coordinates. You just click on that. And then here's where you can add SID routes and star routes. Now maybe if you click on these, maybe this is where you need to input the stuff. I don't know. I leave them unchecked. And then there is a flight management computer that you can use for the jets, which is cool. And then you can do VFR and IFR. So you check this for IFR and you uncheck it for VFR. And then you've got, it comes with 6 voices. And then you can record more, up to 16. Now, be aware that it's 471 WAV files. It's a lot of WAV files. And you have to record it in a certain format. It's got to be like 8-bit and mono, and it has to be in a certain format. It's, oh my goodness, it's, yeah, and there's a certain script that you would need to follow, and all this other stuff. Otherwise it's going to be a complete mess. So I'm actually going to work on this and try to get the maximum that I possibly can out of this. And also too, a lot of the stuff that's already in ProFlight Emulator, a lot of those voices I can probably reuse in here, I'm thinking. So I may be able to copy and paste those over here into ProFlight 98. So that'll be nice. That way I don't have to sit here and make up a bunch of voices or something. But I do want to record my own voice so that way I can hear my own voice. And you can hear my own voice in here. But I'm going to use voice 2, this one here.
This is the voice of Pilot 2.
But here are the other ones.
This is the voice of Pilot 1.
This is the voice of Pilot 3.
It's the only female voice.
This is the voice of Pilot 4.
This is the voice of Pilot 5.
This is the voice of Pilot 6.
And that's it. There's just 6 of them. Now, ProFlight 98 came out by AETI. And they were connected with Microwings, which was they were a club. They had magazines and stuff. And I found those too. Unfortunately, I've only got 3 of them. I don't think I ever got any more. And I know I have a disc. They had something of Dallas Fort Worth. And I know I have a disc of it. And beats me of where it's at. But they were tied with Microwings. And they had... There are people who recorded voices. And they had them all in a zip file. And you could have downloaded them and easily put them into ProFlight 98. Although you can bring up the old Microwing site on the Wayback Machine, you can't download those files. I tried. I tried. It won't let you. However, you can get the patch for ProFlight 98 off of it. I managed to get the patch. So my suggestion is, if you are interested in ProFlight 98, go to the Wayback Machine, download the stuff for ProFlight 98 while you can. You can get the scripts. There's some help files on there. Get the patch. Get that patch, because I know I was looking all over for it, and other people were looking all over for it. When I was able to get that patch off that Wayback Machine, I'm just like, oh, yes. So, yeah, get it. And I'll have a link to it also in the description too, because I know there are people that have been looking for it. But anyway, and then you've got your flight service right here, 122.20, where you can open your flight plan and close it and all that other good stuff. You just leave that where it is. You don't need to change that. Then you got all your frequencies right here. This tells you all your frequencies, your ground tower departure. So there's an option here where you can print all this out. Nowadays you can just use the screen clipper and just take a screen clip and put it off to the side, which is what I did. And then this here will give you your basically your flight plan, and it'll give you your top of climb and descent and your destination, and your altitude. It figures all that out for you. And then this is kind of cool. So this allows you to change. This is why the panel looks different, because you can change, and it's just on these 4. You can change the panel to where you can do an enhanced, or you do the original, the Learjet, you can do enhanced. The Cessna, you can do a new modern panel, which is what you see, or you can do this old broken panel. Same thing here. The old broken panel, it's got like a sticky thing over one that says needs to be replaced, and there's another one that's all busted, and one that's like completely missing. It looks like a beat up control panel. Like you really want to take it out flying or something like that, you know. It's got like, oh, this thing is like half busted. Let's go flying, you know. Like, you know, like it would totally pass, you know, like an FAA inspection or something. But yeah. But yeah, so you do you wish to continue with no changes? Yes. But yeah, you come in here and then you click this to generate your flight, and then you come up here to adventures, and you compile your adventure. And then I'm just gonna drag this off over here, and then you come over here to flights and your adventures, and you just load up your adventure, and it will it'll place you at the airport. It's going to place you in the default location. So you may have to slew, like, which is what I did, is slew back over here. You might, I don't know, I think it might reset the adventure if you go in here and reload your save spot. But yeah, I mean, there you go. That's it. Now, as far as the FS Clouds is concerned, I do have that up here. You have to load up this thing called SAM, Scenery and Aircraft Systems Manager. You have to start Flight Simulator 98 through this. The clouds do not work unless you start it through this. So, and this is where some of the stuff doesn't work. You go in, like if you go in and you can change some stuff in here, but that's where this is where I start getting some errors and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. And some of this stuff doesn't even. It's not even working. I don't know. I'll still play around with it. I haven't gone through the instructions completely, and there's still some stuff in here. Like, I don't know why this is ghosted out. But yeah. So. But anyway, I mean, as you can see, you got things that kind of look a little bit more look more like clouds. Or if you've seen Yellow Submarine, if these were black, they would look like holes. You know, the holes, the land of the holes, where Ringo took one of them and put it in his pocket. All right, so let's get ready for our flight. This should be good. So let's go ahead and set our VOR radio. Oh, we can't use COM2. That's interesting. Notice how that's all marked out there. So we'll set our DuPage VOR here to 108.4. And we'll set it at 225. So if you've seen the other videos, that's kind of where I've put it. Whoops. Mouse wheel still does not work on these. I think the transponder is also used in the adventure thing too. Alright, I don't think I'm going to worry about nav2. So I think we're good there. I noticed my avionics switch doesn't do anything this time around. Other than that, I think we're all set. So we'll go ahead and tune this to clearance delivery. Oops. Oops, right there.
Clearance, Cessna 13 Foxtrot on the ramp, IFR with information. Juliet.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Cleared as filed. Fly runway heading. Maintain 4000 squawk 4634. Departure. Frequency 133.6. Clearance, Alaska 41. Alaska 41. Clearance.
And there's chatter.
Clearance, Alaska 41 on the ramp. VFR request 7000. Alaska 41. Roger. Cleared as filed. Fly runway heading. Maintain 3000 squawk 2315. Roger. Alaska 41. Runway heading 23.
So he said 133.6. Let's go ahead and tune this in. We'll check in. Okay. Apparently that's... I thought he said 113.6. Oh, I didn't say Roger.
Roger, fly runway heading, maintain 4000 squawk 4634.
Whoop.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Read back correct. Contact ground on 121.85.
Clearance, Baron 420 Victor.
Man, I forgot what he said.
Baron
4634.
420 Victor. Clearance.
Clearance, Baron.
121.85. So you gotta acknowledge him before you get any further.
Ground, Cessna 13 Foxtrot on the ramp, IFR with information. Juliet, ready to taxi.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Taxi to runway 19er right.
See?
Ground control, Cathay.
Roger, taxi to 19er right. Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Let me just step on the other person there. 19er right. All right. By the way, this yoke does not turn. We're not that sophisticated yet.
Ground control, Piper 110 Romeo, radio check.
Piper 110 Romeo. Volume weak.
Roger, Piper 110 Romeo.
Huh. That doesn't look like a taxiway.
Ground control, Pilotus 9er77 Mike. Request altimeter setting.
Pilatus 9er77 Mike. Altimeter is 29er1.
Roger, 29er1. Pilotus 9er77 Mike.
Which one are we supposed to go to again? 19 right? I think it's here. And you know where we're at? This is where we should be parking. We're like out here in the parking lot. No wonder things look so weird. I mean, based on the other simulators, this is where we should have parked. I don't know how. Man. Okay. So this looks good out here. Is it me, or does this thing sound like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Ground control, Aeroflot 509. Request altimeter setting.
Aeroflot 509er. Altimeter is 29991.
Roger 2991. Aeroflot 509. Ground control, American 193 at the terminal with information Juliet.
American 193. Taxi to runway and hold.
Roger, American 193.
I apologize for the crackling and the sound. Unfortunately, I think that is a result of using VMware. I don't think there's any way around that. See if we're out.
Ground, Cessna 13 Foxtrot on the ramp, IFR with information. Juliet, ready to taxi.
No, that was not it.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Taxi to runway 19er right.
We're at
Ground
19
control,
right.
FedEx 994 with information Juliet.
FedEx 9er 4. Where are you parked?
FedEx 994, sorry, at the terminal with information Juliet.
FedEx 9er 4. Taxi to runway and hold.
Roger, FedEx 994.
Once I started playing with this, I could not play Flight Simulator 98 any other way. This is not... This is not 19er, is it? Ah! We're at
Ground
10.
control, 823 X-ray, radio check.
Fairchild 823 X-ray. Transmission scratchy.
Roger, Fairchild 823 X-ray.
It's like, are you gonna do something about it? I don't know. I guess it's that one we should be taking. Man, we're turning. I didn't look at the taxiways here. See, this is what happens when you don't have taxiways to take. Oh, okay, well. I guess we'll just cross over into the...
Ground control, Commander 709er Juliet. Radio check.
Commander 709er Juliet. Loud and clear.
Roger, Commander 709er Juliet.
Yay! We found the right runway. My cat's trying to jump up on the table. What do you want, boy? Go lay down. Say hi to everyone. You little problem child. Meow. Meow. Yeah, I'm trying to fly an airplane, you little purr master. Meow. Meow. Come on. Okay, that means you need to get off my knee. There you go. Don't you dare try to bite me. Meow. Really? What the heck?
Falcon 515 Hotel. Where are you parked?
Falcon 515 Hotel. Sorry, at the terminal with information, Juliet.
Alright.
515 Hotel. Taxi to runway and hold.
We're back.
Roger, Falcon 515 Hotel.
Stop talking.
Ground Cessna 13 Foxtrot on the ramp, IFR with information. Juliet, ready to taxi.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Taxi to runway 19er. Right.
I'm here.
Ground control, Aztec 168 Juliet. Clear of the runway. Request taxi to terminal.
Oh. Hold on.
Roger, taxi to 19er, right. Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Ground control, Fairchild 904 to Zulu is clear of the runway. Request taxi to terminal.
Ground Cessna 13 Foxtrot on the ramp, IFR with information. Juliet, ready to taxi.
That's not what I'm trying to
Cessna
do.
13 Foxtrot. Taxi to runway 19er. Right.
Maybe I'm supposed to go to departure now. 133.55. Let's try that. No. Maybe it's 6. Come on, I'm at 1-9er right. What do you want? I'm here. Okay, I think I figured out what I'm supposed to do. Sorry, this is a little bit different than ProFlight Emulator. I need to go to tower 120.95 and do a check-in for takeoff, which is this.
Tower, Cessna 13 Foxtrot, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading.
Yes! It's like riding a bicycle, it all comes back.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, contact departure on 133.6.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot, good day.
One 133.6.
Departure, Cessna 13 Foxtrot out of 1,500 or 4,000 IFR.
Roger. Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Radar contact. Turn right heading 230. Climb and maintain 4,000.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Alright, he said 230. I know this is a little squished, but if I made it any bigger, I wouldn't see this. And I can't make this. I mean, this is going to shrink the window, but it's, I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I like this. I like what they did here. This is nice. So that way you don't have this like, oh look, here's the window and there's this black space here. So I like what they did here. What do you guys think so far? Isn't this like cool? So we've got, you know, something that looks something like clouds.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Climb and maintain 4,000.
Duh, that's what I'm doing.
Roger, out of 2,500 or 4,000 Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Alright, I'll put it up. Well, my speed is kind of high, so... Yeah, we'll try that.
Departure
Oh, that might be too much.
5 Bravo, level at 10,000.
Mooney 585 Bravo, roger.
Now, if I could just get my hands on Flight Director, we'd have a GPS. And all this dating back to Flight Simulator 98. It's crazy, isn't it? Man, but this is the thing.
Departure, Kiwi Niner 51, level at 9,000.
Kiwi Niner 51, roger.
So I'm saying, I mean, Flight Simulator 5 was one thing, because that was the first one that I started getting the scenery packs and stuff. So I had gotten the Europe 1 and 2. Scenery packs and stuff, but then when I got, so I was using that to go explore.
13 Foxtrot, turn left heading 185 vectors for the visual runway 36. Approach Cessna 13 Foxtrot, contact approach on 133.55.
185. Somewhere around here. I didn't hear what he said.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, say again.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, contact approach on 133.55.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot, good day. Approach, Cessna 13 Foxtrot is with you at 4,000 IFR.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot, radar contact. Cessna 13 Foxtrot, turn left heading 185 vectors for the visual runway 36. Approach.
Roger, left to 185, maintain 4,000, Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Oh crap! I was turning the wrong thing.
Approach Delta Niner 286 south, blocking 1421.
Delta Niner 28, turn left heading 010.
Whoops.
Roger, turn 010 Delta Niner 28.
Galaxy 612 Papa, radar service terminated. Squawk 1200, change to advisory frequency approved.
Roger, Galaxy 612 Papa, good day.
No idea how far away we are.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, turn right heading 330, send maintain 3,500.
330.
Roger, right to 350 out of 4,000 for 3,500, Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, cleared for final for runway 36, contact tower on 120.65 when established.
Approach Gulfstream 638 Tango at 7,000, squawking 2220.
Gulfstream 638 Tango, send maintain 4,000.
Roger, down to 4,000, Gulfstream 638 Tango.
Approach has a different frequency than what they just said.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, say again.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, cleared for final for runway 36, contact tower on 120.65 when established.
120.65. Yeah, that's not on the list. Which runway did he say? 36?
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, say again.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot, cleared for final for runway 36,
Yeah.
contact tower on 120.65 when established.
Roger, until established on final for runway 36, Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
One 2065, that's what he said. It's 133.55.
Tower, Sewer Air 600, request frequency change.
Sewer 600, remain on this frequency. I'll have traffic for you.
Approach, Cessna 13 Foxtrot is with you at 3,500 IFR.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot, radar contact, turn right heading 355.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
Approach Qantas 302 at 5,000, squawking 2767.
Qantas 302, send maintain 4,000, turn right heading 100.
Roger, down to 4,000, turn 100, Qantas 302.
So I guess the frequency on the printout was correct. So who knows what he was giving me. He's probably thinking like, yeah, sucker. So do you know that this was the first flight simulator with a virtual cockpit? That's it. Flight Simulator 2000 didn't even have one. That's because this was like garbage. Like none of these controls worked. But you could at least see this a little better. This actually looks decent. It looks not too bad. Man, I wonder where that airport is at. Let's see if I can find myself here. 112. I'm tuning in to Joliet. Let's see here. Nope, don't want to go to. Fine. Radius of 33. A radio of 33. We're way out there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. The airport's back this way. Where are they taking us? Well, can't see anything that way. Can request vectors.
Approach Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Request vectors.
What, are they not going to talk to me now?
Approach Alitalia 866 at 6,000. Squawking 1551.
Alitalia 866, send maintain 3000.
Roger, down to 3,000. Alitalia 866.
Wow, guys, that's not cool. I guess I'll find my own way. Like, I don't know where you're taking me, but we're gonna go this way. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to tune us in at 30. We'll keep this on...
Approach Fairchild
225.
307 India, level at 6,500.
I'll show you what we're doing.
Fairchild 307 India, roger.
Okay, so... this is DuPage. What I'm trying to do is come out this way and connect with Joliet here. So I'm trying to come up with an intersection here and then come back and turn around and go this way towards the airport. So I'm trying to come back around this intersection here and then make my way back. Because I have no idea where they're taking me. Okay, ATC was in its infancy at this point. So I'm like, give me vectors. They didn't even want to tell. Maybe I got my transponder on wrong. I don't know. I was testing it out one time, and I had it wrong, and they told me to change it, so maybe I got it right. The airport should be off in this direction somewhere. This is why we're using our nav radios. We're going at 1.3, which should connect with both of these. Guess we'll turn on our lights. Not like there's any AI traffic or anything. Go down lower and
Approach Piper 655. X-ray level at 6,000.
Piper 655 X-ray, roger.
here we go. There's the airport. Okay, I don't think I'm worried about the intersection now. We know where the airport's at. Why are we shaking? Must be cold out here. Should I turn on the card heat? I don't even know if it's on.
Approach Aztec 78 Hotel at 8,500 block 3761.
That looks disturbing.
Aztec 78 Hotel. Send maintain 5,000. Turn right. Heading 100.
I think we're dealing with some turbulence here.
Turn 100 Aztec 78 Hotel.
Maybe we're just going way too fast. Yeah, that seems to have done it. We're going so fast, our wings are about ready to rip off. Five 706. He's definitely behind us now. Whoa! What the heck? I don't know what that was about. Check this out. This is cool. I mean, this is pretty nice for, you know, back in 1998. Where's that airport? gonna crash if I'm not careful.
Approach Eastern 110, level at 6,000.
Eastern 110, roger.
I seem to have misplaced the airport. We passed it. Where did it go? Whoops. I think it's behind us. Or that's it right there. Wait a minute. No, it is behind us. I'm not thinking. Whoa. We have to take the back course. We need to do 4. We've been going away from it this whole time. wonder things didn't seem right when I was looking at the two. It's like things aren't adding up here. Because I'm looking at my direction here, and it should have been on this side of both of them, and it wasn't. I had like one on this side, one on this side, and it's like, something's not right. See, isn't this interesting when you don't have a GPS? I wonder if that's the airport up there. Aha! I think we found the airport. Alright. We're not too far off then. Can we try approach again?
Approach Cessna 13 Foxtrot out of 1,500 or 3,500 IFR.
Roger, Cessna 13 Foxtrot, radar contact. Turn right heading 155, climb and maintain 3,500.
Approach Challenger 383 Oscar, level at 8,000.
Challenger 383 Oscar, roger.
Well, he's talking to me now. He's probably thinking, man, I don't know where you were going, but nice to see you. Well, didn't he vector me off in some weird direction? There's our runway. I don't know where he wants the vectors to, but I'd like to land. How about you?
Approach Korean 168 at 7,000, squawking 7031.
Korean 168, descend maintain 3,000.
Roger, down to 3,000, Korean 168.
Ah!
Approach Qantas 592, level at 7,000.
Qantas 592, roger.
I can't get lined up right. Can we tune in the ground? Tower, maybe 120.65. Nope, they don't want to talk to me. Alright, how about ground? 121.75. I don't think they want to talk to me either.
Ground control, Singapore 869er at the terminal with information kilo.
Singapore 869er. Taxi to runway and hold.
Roger,
All right.
Singapore 869er.
Whoa! I'm on the wrong thing here. Come on, you bucket of bolts. I'm like, where did the taxiway go?
Ground control, Kiwi 259er at the terminal with information kilo.
Air New Zealand 259er. Taxi to runway and hold.
Roger, Kiwi 259er.
Ground Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Clear of the active runway.
Yay!
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Taxi to terminal.
Roger, taxi to terminal. Cessna 13 Foxtrot.
I don't see a terminal though, do you? I see an area for fuel though. Chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. The micro gas pump. All right. Well, we are here. We can go ahead and close our flight plan by going to flight service 122.20.
Radio, Cessna 13 Foxtrot is on the ground. Would you close my IFR flight plan at this time?
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Roger. We'll close out your flight plan at 18.
Cessna 13 Foxtrot. Roger, thank you.
Wasn't that just cool, huh? Flight Simulator 98 of all programs, dating back that far. Oh man, that brings back some memories. This just takes Flight Simulator 98 just to a whole new level. Oh man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun. All right. Well, we are here at Aurora after some sightseeing, but it was fun. It was fun. Just some great memories of the ATC, of just getting routed around, but it's just exciting just being able to go through this again on this old simulator. So looking forward to more stuff with this, and getting some more voices in this, and I'm hoping to find some traffic programs for
Flight service, Pilotus 958 Delta on 122.2.
Can't I turn this
Pilotus
off?
958 Delta. Flight.
We'll turn that off. So yeah, if I can find a traffic program for this to populate this with some traffic, it won't be, I don't know if it's going to be AI traffic, but get some life in here. Oh man, this is going to be, it's going to be great. I mean, no, the graphics won't be, fantastic, but it'll just bring this old simulator to life. It'll be fun. All right. Well, anyway, appreciate you checking this out and joining me on this retro flight. And we just got more ahead of us. We're not going to stop. We're just going to keep on going. Just going to have fun with this. So, again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on another flight. If you thought this flight was interesting, then you might want to check it out on these other flight simulators that you see on your screen. It's just a fun way to relive old memories and see how things changed over the years. Be sure to subscribe to be notified of any new videos, and I'll see you on the next flight.